Well, hello there. Welcome back to another session of Virtual Field Trips, Travels, and Destinations. My name is Beth Gaffin. I am the Systems Manager, Technology Trainer, and Robotics Instructor here at the Peabody Public Library. First and foremost, Happy New Year, everybody. Really excited about today's class because we are going to be taking a look at the new year and the way that different cultures and countries celebrate it. And I found a lot of this to be very, very interesting information, and I hope that you do as well. Make sure you're looking for those lesson plans. I'm also including in our class today ways that you can find other lessons to go along with our field trips if you so desire. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Loving all these fireworks all around me, and let's take a look at all these different cultures, and let's take a look at New Year's and the celebration of.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to another session of Virtual Field Trips, Travels, and Destinations. My name is Beth Gaff, and I am the Systems Manager, Technology Trainer, and Robotics Instructor here at the Peabody Public Library. I am so excited about today's adventure. We're going to be looking at New Year's celebrations all over the world and different cultures. And I'm also going to show you how you're able to find more information about more of the New Year holidays. So, first and foremost, Happy New Year, everyone. A happy 2023. Hope this year brings you happiness, joy, blessings, and so on. So, the first thing that I am going to do is show you the way that we can search for different things to help us when it comes to trying to find what we're looking for. And what I mean by that is that I wanted to teach you about, or show you rather, about the New Year's traditions from different cultures and around the world. And all I simply did was go into my search engine and I typed in New Year's around the world. Once I got there, I was able to get all of this. Now, once I'm in here, I can determine what it is exactly I want. Do I want images? Do I want information? And again, I can do the same thing by using YouTube. So being in YouTube, I can just type in New Year's around the world and I get all these different videos showing me different celebrations in New Year's around the world. But I've already narrowed down some of the search for us today. And I'm going to take a look at these 13 New Year's traditions from cultures around the world. And we're going to read it together. And then I have a video, and I'd like to show you where you can go to get lesson plans for this particular one. We're going to be doing the virtual field trips, travels, and destinations a little bit differently this year. I do like putting out some resources for you, and I do intend on doing so for most of these, but I also want to show you where you're able to get some of those on your own. Sometimes we lose our log, our files and so forth. So knowing where to find those items when we're not sure where they are is a really, really good idea. So 13 New Year's traditions, cultures from around the world. Wearing white in Brazil. So in Brazil, the new year is regarded as a time to reflect upon the past and make new resolutions for the coming year. Everyone wears white because the color signifies luck, prosperity, and is meant to ward off bad spirits. As the tradition goes, um, revealers gather on the beaches, donning white garb, where they jump 7 waves. A lucky number is Brazilian culture for good fortune and throw flowers into the water as an offering. So, for the goddess of sea, her name is Lamaha. So, they wear white in Brazil. I like that. Now, there's a spring festival in China, the Lunar New Year. It's the most important holiday in China, and millions of people around the world participate in this celebration. It's also known as the Spring Festival. It is a 15-day long celebration that has a different date every year following the lunar calendar instead of the normal calendar that we're used to. Chinese New Year is rife with many different traditions. Homes and cities are lined with red decorations. Um, a color that symbolizes good luck and good fortune, such as red. Red lanterns to ward off bad luck. Red paper cutouts to hang on the walls. Fireworks are set off on both New Year's Eve and again the next morning as a means to ward off negative energy. Children are also to receive red envelopes that contain money, which is considered a way to symbolically transfer fortune from elder to youth. In addition, there are parades, lion dances, decorative dragon statues, traditional food, and imperial performances to cap off the celebration. And I do believe that the video that I have chosen for us to watch today um, tells us a little bit more about those dragon statues and this celebration. So in Colombia, they are carrying suitcases. Colombia boasts an array of New Year's traditions intended to bring fortune and prosperity to those who participate. Partygoers carry empty suitcases at midnight in hopes of inducing a year rifle with travel. They also bear money in hand to attract financial security and stability in the coming year. Lentils are believed to bring luck and affluence, so many bake them into their rice or carry them in their pockets. That is a pretty cool tradition. Smashing plates in Denmark. One of the most popular New Year's traditions in Denmark involves smashing plates and old dishes. Danish residents save their unused dinnerware and affectionately shatter them against doors on their families and friends as a way to ward off bad spirits. Other traditions include jumping off chairs at midnight to leap into the new year and consuming Krenskrog, a wreath-shaped cake created using marzipan rings stacked on top of each other with a bottle of wine in the center. Okay, I have got to look this up. All right, so I'm highlighting, copying, pasting this right in here so we can see what this is. So images. Wow. And then they put wine in the middle of this. That is pretty cool. Now, my next question is how is it pronounced? How to pronounce. I'm trying to, okay, it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. But I really kind of wanted to know how we actually pronounce this.
Kransekage.
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 Okay. All right. So I had to look that up. That is so cool. Martha Stewart recipe even. So there you go. There's something you could try to make. Here's your ingredients for that. It's a New Year's tradition um, in Denmark. Ecuador. Okay. Effigies? I have no idea. Let's do the same thing with these. Effigy, a sculpture or model of a person. In Ecuador, burning effigies signifies burning the old year. Ecuadorians create large effigies, in the likeness of politicians, pop culture figures, and other icons, and set them on fire at midnight. It symbolizes the cleansing of bad energy from previous 12 months and is meant to bring good fortune. The tradition originated in 1895 when a yellow fever epidemic hit and forced many to burn coffins packed with clothes of the infected. The tradition has since taken on more lighthearted, optimistic nature and fills the streets of Ecuador. That's pretty cool. Festival of Saint Basil in Greece. The Greeks celebrate the new year is also known as the Festival of Saint Basil, honoring the founder of the Greek Orthodox Church. Each year, there are a number of celebrations that take place as a means to attract luck and bring prosperity. An onion, for example, is traditionally hung over the door of the homes as a symbol of rebirth. And on New Year's Day, parents wake children by tapping them on the head with an onion. Interesting. Another customary Greek tradition is consuming Saint Basil's cake, Vasilopita. Vasilopita. Maybe it's pita. Vasilopita. I can't say it. This cake is baked over okay, we have to see it because, wait, maybe it's showing you. No, that's the next one. Let's see what this looks like. It is baked with silver or gold coin inside, and whoever finds the coin in their slice is considered especially lucky in the coming year. Okay, let's go to images. So this is them cutting these cakes and looking for the gold or silver. Although I did see that here. Oh, okay, I see it here. So there's silver in that one. Okay, so it's inside. So just make sure you check your food because you would not want to swallow that. But how cool is that? Rosh Hashanah is in Israel. The Jewish New Year is celebrated in many countries around the world. The holiday takes place in the fall during the 7th month of the Hebrew calendar. During the night, the holiday begins. The festival of candle blessing is recited as well as the Kiddush blessing over wine. Those celebrating enjoying apples and other fruits dipped in honey, which symbolizes sweetness and blessings in the coming year. Throughout the celebration of Rosh Hashanah, the shofar is sounded. This is an instrument made of ram's horn and is meant to symbolize humility standing before God. There it is. Super cool. That is just amazing. The texture that goes into that is super cool. So that is in Israel. Ashigatsu in Japan is one of the most important holidays. Like other New Year celebration, it symbolizes renewal, bidding farewell to problems of the previous year through a variety of customs and celebrations. In December, year-forgetting parties, known as Banakai, take place. On December 31st, Buddhist temples strike their gongs 108 times, each ring representing one of the 108 earthy temptations a person must overcome to achieve nirvana and expel wrong deeds and ill luck of the past year. On New Year's Day, common ways of celebrating the holiday include taking the day off work. We should make this a tradition here. Uh, wearing traditional kimonos and consuming soba noodles, which signify longevity. Children receive odashidama, which are small gifts with money inside. Another customary Japanese practice is to send letters to friends and family, which are specially marked to be delivered on January 1st. The Netherlands, Odena. The Dutch New Year's tradition are marked with fireworks and fantastic explosions. Fireworks are triggered across major cities for hours at a time, described by many as chaotic bursts of light. Cars and Christmas trees are also burned as a means to maybe purge the old and welcome the new. Another Dutch New Year's tradition is consuming alibidum oil beads. Oh, we must. Let's see what those are. Oil beads. And those look yummy. Oh, oil balls, sorry. Similar to donuts. Of course they are. These bite-sized balls of fried dough dipped in powdered sugar are sold on street corners and shopping centers. As a finale to the celebration, swimmers jump into the freezing waters of the North Sea to celebrate New Year's. Doesn't that just look divine? Definitely makes me want to try some. In Scotland, they are first footing. Scotland's Homogamy celebration is one of the most rousing celebrations in the world. It compromises street entertainment, fire festivals, concerts, street festivals, and more celebrity acts, celebratory acts. What is also known for its tradition of first footing, according to custom. The first person who crosses the threshold of a person's home should bring a gift of good luck. Traditionally, this gift was coal for the fire or shortbread. After the ban of the Christmas holiday in Scotland in the 16th and 17th century, under the reign of Oliver Cromwell, Hogmanay became even more important as it was an outlet for Scottish citizens to figuratively chase away the darkness with light, warmth, and festivities. Very fun. Consuming grapes in Spain. The most prominent New Year's tradition in Spain involves consuming grapes. Each year, Spaniards partake in the annual tradition of eating one grape for every toll of the clock at midnight. The 12 grapes consumed are meant to represent good luck for each month of the year. Some even prepare their grapes by peeling and seeding beforehand to ensure they're easily to consume. The tradition is to believe to have originated at the turn of the 20th century in the southern part of the country, where makers of wine work to boost demand for grapes in the winter. I love grapes. That is an awesome tradition in Spain. Dropping ice cream in Switzerland should be a sin. You can't just go around dropping ice cream. Come on. In celebration of the new year, the Swiss channel good luck, wealth, and abundance by dropping a dollop of ice cream on the floor at midnight. They also line the streets in colorful costumes and perform symbolic ceremonies intended to chase away negative spirits. And last but never least, the United States and us watching the ball drop. New Year's traditions in America derive from a variety of origins and beliefs. After fireworks were banned in New York City in the early 20th century, event organizers arranged to have a 700-pound ball lowered down a pole. Since it's become a tradition to watch the ball start dropping and count down the year's final seconds. Americans also sing the tune "Auld Lang Syne," which translate to "Old Long Ago," which is "May all acquaintance be forgot." Da 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 da. So the song spread beyond Scotland and the English-speaking world, bringing about a sense of belonging and fellowship. In the South, a popular dish is known as Hoppin' John. Black-eyed peas symbolizes coins and so forth. Wearing white, carrying suitcases, burning. And that is everything that we just went over. All right, so I also went in here and I went to my search engine and I typed in New Year's lesson plans. In here, you can actually go into a little bit more customization for yourself and see what kind of New Year plans you can create. Let's see what we can find for us. I don't have any readily available for us right now. So I thought maybe you could come into your search engine and just kind of pick out a few that might work for you, some New Year's activities. Once I click on what I like, I can go to visit the site. Uh, Hopefully it lets me come in here. There we go. So it takes me to the site where I might be able to get these downloads. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. There's a lot of different ways that we can get what we are looking for. So ooh, these are all New Year activities. This one costs $3.25, but there are lots out here that are free. So you can just kind of look at the different ones that you would like to do. All right, I am going to play us a video of the New Year's and how it is celebrated around the world. I had one that I wanted to use. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. All right, so let's take a look at our New Year's around the world here.
One of our goals is to make the transaction
Right
as
after
easy as possible for
this
our
commercial.
clients. DocuSign has been
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is what likely comes to mind when you think New Year. Because most people follow the Gregorian calendar, which has 365 days or 12 months in the year, January 1st is the New Year. But depending on who you speak with, New Year reaches far beyond January 1st. Chinese New Year, also known as the Lunar New Year and Spring Festival, is celebrated between January 21st and February 20th. Millions of people around the world celebrate the 15-day festival with friends and family, share a meal, wear traditional clothing, light fireworks, participate in colorful parades, and decorate their homes, neighborhoods, and streets with lanterns.
What's very important in a lot of these traditions, especially the Asian traditions, is the idea that New Year's represents a turning point. It's an extremely auspicious day, but it's about this idea that by doing these things, you are plugging into a supernatural power that will bring life and good fortune to you and your family.
Each year, Chinese New Year is dedicated to an animal that has its significance in the Chinese lunar calendar. Another big celebration is Rosh Hashanah, meaning head of the year in Hebrew, also known as the Jewish New Year, celebrated on the 7th month of the Jewish lunisolar calendar between September and October.
It's a solemn occasion, it's a religious occasion, and it's muted. The celebration is muted. Rosh Hashanah, which occurs in the fall, is a two-day celebration that begins the most important time of the Jewish religious year, which is the 10 days of repentance, of self-reflection, of measuring yourself against what is expected of you from God and from the community.
A popular ritual on Rosh Hashanah involves using the shofar, an old wind instrument, to mark the beginning of a 10-day period, leading to another festival called Yom Kippur.
Even though it's not the kind of lights and fireworks and drinks and that we associate with New Year's Day in a secular society, it brings the community together.
Nowruz is celebrated by over 300 million people worldwide, which is the Persian New Year. And the 3,000-year-old Iranian celebration marks the beginning of spring and is observed on either March 20th or 21st, the first day of the year on the Iranian solar calendar.
It's more of a, first day of spring celebration. The more important thing is to visit the homes of family and friends, honoring elders.
You'll more than likely come across what's known as the Huft table, displaying at least 7 items that include some form of sprout or grass for rebirth and renewal, dried fruit for love, apples for beauty and health, garlic for medicine and self-care, a sweet pudding for wealth and fertility, vinegar for patience and wisdom, and a Persian spice for more sunrises. Millions of Muslims around the world celebrate the Islamic New Year, which is observed on a different day each year. It falls on the first day of the first month of the Islamic lunar calendar called Muharram. It's also known as the Hijri New Year, or Arabic New Year. It's a time to commemorate Prophet Muhammad fleeing from Mecca to Medina with his followers in 622 AD, to escape the dominant culture at the time that didn't allow them to practice their faith.
For most Muslims, New Year's is a minor holiday, or a minor day. It's celebrated, it's acknowledged, but it doesn't have the same kind of cultural weight as it does, let's say, in China or among Sikhs, for example, or in the Jewish community.
Vaisakhi, also known as Baisakhi, the harvest festival and the Sikh and Punjabi New Year. It's observed by Sikhs and some Hindus on either the 13th or the 14th of April each year, based on the Nanak Shahi calendar, a solar calendar used by the Sikhs. But Vaisakhi isn't only a celebration of a new year. It also commemorates the establishing of Khalsa, a process used to describe Sikhs who've been baptized. And in Thailand, people celebrate the Buddhist New Year with a 3-day water fight. What initially started off as people pouring water over Buddha statues. But people in Thailand aren't just soaking each other for fun, even though there's lots of that happening at the Songkran festival. Splashing water is meant to wash away bad luck from the previous year. And in most of these countries, the New Year is considered a public holiday, a time for people to be with their friends and families, but that's not always a privilege that people who are living away from their native countries can partake in.
For these, immigrant communities and long-established communities, these traditions are very, very important. They're markers both of religious identity, but also of ethnic identity. They become really strong touchstones for the community.
While there are different ways to celebrate the New Year depending on which cultural celebration you follow, what they all have in common is the idea of congregating with their friends, families, and their global community at large to celebrate new beginnings.
Thank you for watching Global News. If you enjoyed what you saw, like the video. You can also hit the subscribe button for the latest international news and trending videos.
All right. Well, that was definitely interesting. But all I did was come in and type in New Year's around the world. And as you can see, I'm getting a lot of hits. So I can go in and I can investigate even further. Maybe there's a country that I want to take a look at. And there I could just type that in as well and get what I need to get. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to our New Year's virtual field trip travels and destinations. I will be putting some lesson plans attached to this for you, as well as coloring sheets and things related. Just so you know, our next one next month is Traveling the Universe. That's going to be an exceptional one. I've got all kinds of stuff planned for us for that. So until we meet again in February, have a happy new year. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Have a great year. And I will see you in the next one.